we are going to use graph to estimate values. So we're going to talk about extrapolation and interpolation. Basically, extrapolation is you're extending the graph. It's going to be values outside the graph. And interpolation is inside, it's in the interior of the graph, okay? So let's do a couple of examples. So determine the value of x when y equals 3. So let's do that. So if y equals 3, let's locate that on the graph first things first. So y equals 3. Where's that on the graph? That's right here. Now, to find the value of x, I would have to, I'm going to move this around here so you get a little bit more room to work with. So right here, that point there, that's 0, 3, y equals 3. Now, I need to draw my line y equals 3. So if I were to draw my line y equals 3, this is y equals 3, remember? We saw that earlier. So this line here, that's y equals 3. Where is it going to intersect with this red line here? If I extend it, see? Where's the intersection point? It's right here. Now that's the point I want. What is the value of x? So what is the value of x at that point? We know y is 3, right? So you need to extend your graph. You need to go here and extend it. And you need to know what is. So this is -4 for sure. And I'm about 2 squares away, so -6. So this point here is -6 if y equals 3. So here the answer would be x equals -6. This, you're extending the graph, so it's an extrapolation. Extrapolation. All right, so for the second one, you're looking at x equals 5. So you need to locate 5 on your graph, x equals 5, right here. And you need to do your line. We saw how to do if x equals 5, it's a vertical line. So this line that I just drew, that's x equals 5. Now you're interested in the intersection point right here. So what is the value of y? So you need to go on your y-axis, and it's around here. It's between 6 and 7, but it's closer to 7. So you could put as a value for y equals 6 point, I would accept anything over 6.5. So 6.7 would be fine. That's an inside the graph. It's in the interior of the graph, so it's called an interpolation. Let's do another example. So here's a graph for cost of phone calls outside the country. Okay, so we need to estimate the cost of a 7-minute call. So 7 minutes. The first thing you need to do is locate 7 minutes on the your graph. So 7 minutes. Let's locate that. It's right 5 minutes here. 6, 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes. So when we have 7 minutes, this is what we're talking about right here. So where's the intersection? Right there. So what we're interested in is the cost. So you need to find your cost right there. That's your cost. What's that value? Well, it's above 50 cents, so it'd be 55 cents. 55 cents. Now it says $1. It cost me $1. So this is where $1. So that's the equation. If it's $1, this is how much it's going to cost. So my graph is not reaching there, so I need to extend my graph. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend it so that it intersects with my line there. There we go. So that's the point of intersection. I need to extend my axis as well. And I need to figure out what this value here is. It's actually probably a little bit more, but that to the right. It's probably, so what's that value? Well, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 and a half minutes. So it would be around 14 and a half minute. 14 and a half minute or 14 and 30 seconds. Now, we want 150. Well, that's not in my graph. We have to extend your y-axis until you get to 150. So we have $1, $1.10, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. It's right at the top. So this point here is $1.50, and you need to extend that. So this equation here is when it's $1.50. So you need to extend your equation, your line, until it hits that point. So it's going to be this point here. So how much would that be? How long? Let's see. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This is 20, 21, 22, around 23. So 23 minutes. And that's how you extrapolate and interpolate. So the first one would be an interpolation because we looked inside the graph. Second one, we had to extend. So that's an extrapolation. And the third one as well, we had to extend. That's also an extrapolation. Now here's your practice. Make sure you check your work behind the book.